Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cox Connections. Brad Grundmeyer, Director of Public Government Affairs for Cox, Louisiana. Thank you so much for tuning into this segment. We're going to be talking to our great friends at the Children's Bureau of New Orleans and the great work that they've been doing really since 1892. That's crazy, and I know you guys weren't around for that because y'all way too young. But it's really an amazing organization, the great work that they've been doing, providing a lot of services for both families and children, and happy to be joined by their president and CEO, Ms. Paulette Carter. Paulette, thank you for coming, and as well as the chairman of the board of directors for Children's Bureau of New Orleans, Ms. Jaimme Collins. Thank you for coming. It's really nice to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Paulette, tell me a little bit about the Children's Bureau of New Orleans. Maybe some people might not be too aware of its mission and how, I gave a little heads up on how long it's been around, but significant amount of years. Yeah. Just celebrating 200 in 1992. So a very much an organization that is woven into the fabric of New Orleans, but might not necessarily be on the radar. Tell me about it.
Well, Children's Bureau is really right now, most of our programs are working with children who've had scary things have happened to them, sort of providing a spectrum of services from sort of least intensive to most intensive. We do crisis response services. Recently, we've unfortunately had to respond to some tragic deaths in Orleans Parish, a couple of students that were murdered recently, and really working with the staff and working with the kids and the students in that school to sort of help them cope with that aftermath of these tragic murders.
And that obviously, you know, when we watch the news and we hear about those things, we think, I'm sure there's somebody that's taking care of those kids or helping. That's where you guys step in.
Right, that's where we step in.
As one example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are actually, I think we probably put in about 100 staff hours in those schools last week, really trying to provide as much support to the students as possible, helping them connect to those things that can comfort them, those things that can help them get through the pain that they're feeling, but also working with the school and helping the school support the students and their staff as well. Teachers were certainly impacted by these.
And because that's truly what it's all, their wellness, their mental health, those are two critical things, but also you guys do great work in promoting, I guess, other aspects, prevention, advocacy, education, intervention. Those are also very critical components to what makes up the Children's Bureau.
Right, and we really, I think, promote mental wellness across the city. We're really about making sure that children and families have access to the services that they need, regardless of their income, regardless of where they live. You know, that it's really all about access. A lot of our services that we provide are community-based, so we actually provide a lot of our counseling services in the homes and in the schools. And really, most of our programs at this point are of no charge to families.
That's fantastic. And because of that, how are you funded?
Lots of different ways, wherever we can find it.
Because I mean, you know, we laugh, but it's critical.
It is.
And you know, again, we watch the television, we hear that, and we're hoping someone is doing something to take care of them. You guys step in. There need to be funding. There need to be financial sources for you guys to do what you do.
Right. Yeah. I mean, definitely. We have certainly United Way is a great partner with us. We are working with the state and with Medicaid right now and that's funding some services that we're offering through our mental health rehabilitation program for children with serious mental illness. So those kids who are having difficulty functioning at home and at school because of mental illness. And we can go in and working with the state's program, go in and work with them about 3 to 4 hours a week to really help stabilize that child and help them to be successful at school and at home.
Tell me, Jaimme, how did you get involved? I know you were telling me a few years you've been brought on board for the board of directors, but you know, no one really jumps into these leadership roles unless they have a passion for it. So tell me your passion for this.
You know, I think mental health needs of our children in particular it's an area that we overlook often.
True.
And I always say to parents and even people when I'm soliciting funds from them, you know, if you see a kid with their leg broken, you're going to send them to the hospital and you'll pay for it. Well, this is sort of that broken leg, but it's in the head. We can't see it, we don't know about it, and we're not educated about it. But we're seeing it affect kids in every way, and now it's affecting us when they start committing crimes and they don't have good places to go when they're not in school or get jobs. So I think it's probably one of the biggest unseen wars that our kids are facing. And so I felt this was one of the organizations of maybe 2 in the city that specifically target children and try to catch them before they become, you know, serious criminal offenders.
Absolutely, and out of sight, out of mind. It's not the thing that we can't see on the surface. It's, as you said, you know, it's in the mind. It's, you know, what's going on. Where are they in their mental health? Have they coped? Are they not coping? And
Correct.
so all of that plays a factor. And you know, to me, it's important to know just how many years your organization's been around. And I'm sure the mission has evolved over the years, but that you continue to give that quality of life for family and children really important. You were going to say something?
Well, I think one of the things we're missing with these post-Katrina children are that they are the post-Katrina
Came to mind
children.
when you were saying that, yeah.
They were either in their mother's womb or they were born subsequently after the storm or before, and then they lived this life of just transition all over the place. And then you look at the schools, the majority of them are in modulars.
Yes.
So we're starting to see, I do a lot of education work with charter schools at my firm, and we're starting to see the effects of that with these children and just the tremendous amount of mental stress they're under. And organizations like the Children's Bureau are absolutely necessary to fill that gap in. I mean, you and I can have a breakdown and we'll go get committed into a hospital for a couple of months.
Right.
And there are all these government services and private services to transition us back into the workforce.
Yep.
But there are no services to do that for a child when they are hospitalized for whatever traumatic event and then sent back to what their work is, which is school. So we try to address that, and it's difficult trying to get the money, trying to educate the public on the necessity of it, and getting them passionate about it. I think kids are a blessing and a gift. I just saw your kids, and they were cute, and
Thank you.
those are the people we think of when we are getting involved in this.
And because it could be very much ourselves in that situation. And to that point, and I think it's appropriate that you guys are having a fundraiser coming up on Thursday, May 31st. It's going to be at Rockinville. How appropriate. We can all be a bunch of kids at the Children's Bureau, the New Orleans annual fundraiser, May 31st at Rockinville, 5:30, 8:30 p.m. Tell me a little bit about, Paulette, what everybody will experience, how much it costs, and what's going to happen.
Well, again, it's on Thursday evening. We're asking people to essentially buy, you know, have teams there, purchase lanes. It's a really great time. There's entertainment, there's food. It's a great cause. Certainly, and it's a really good time.
And I love that because, you know, it's $500 a lane, great contribution to the Children's Bureau, or you can of course do an individual ticket as well. Good choice on the music. The Brassaholics are going to be a fantastic band, because Rockinville is bowling with music, which is fantastic. So great venue, a lot of great sponsors that we need to thank. Too many actually to stop at this moment and thank, but all simple way that you can make a difference in the lives of those young people that we spoke of just a few minutes ago, by buying a ticket or getting your company or business, small or large, or friends, get a lane. I'm sure there's a few lanes still open. We need to fill those because we need to make a difference and help these children out. If someone is watching, is there a website and a phone number they need to go to check out and get involved?
Right. If you're interested, you definitely can go to our website, which is thechildrensbureau.com. You can also call our office, which is 525-2366. We would love to have you get a team together, help us support. It's a very fun event, and we, like you said, we have some great sponsors who have been with us. We have a new sponsor with you.
We're glad to be on board.
And so we're excited about it, and it's a good time.
Children's-bureau.com. For more information, you call Leanne at 525-2366 for more information. Help us help the Children's Bureau of New Orleans do their deal, do their best service, and the great work that they're doing in the community. Thank you both for your passion, Jaimme and Paulette. Great to have you here today, and we'll look forward to seeing you out on Thursday, May 31st.
Thank you.
You're good for strikes and spares? Huh? We'll see. We'll see. All right, everybody, that's it for this segment of Cox Connections. We'll see you next time. Again, see you Thursday, May 31st for the Children's Bureau Bowling. It's going to be a good thing. Thanks for watching.